Falcon Punch! Level up!
Welcome to Level Up, where you get the score on video games. Of all the times I've featured Capcom, and of course, here on the show, it's surprising that I haven't featured Mega Man, one of their most popular series, challenged by Street Fighter and Resident Evil, of course. The gameplay in it is great, and considering I have the Anniversary Collection that came out in 2004, I can review a lot of his games, so it only makes sense to start with the first one. But for no reason whatsoever, I'm going to review Mega Man 5 today. I gotta start off by saying the music in the entire Mega Man series ranges from good to amazing, and is pretty much well received by all the critics. So each time I review a game from the main Mega Man series, I'm going to try to make a medley. Try being the key word here though. To comment on the music from Mega Man 5 specifically, it's generally pretty good. It may not be the greatest music, standing unnoticed at some points, but you should still be audibly satisfied. I also can't critique Mega Man 5 too much on the graphics, because they also remain pretty good and standard throughout the series. Where I can critique Mega Man 5 is in its design choices. Ever since Mega Man 3, there have been some gradual changes to make the games look a little too kid-friendly. In Mega Man 5, however, they seem to have gone overboard with it. Some of the backgrounds look more like playground rides with vibrant colors, made worse by the NES's limitations. The Robot Masters also seem a little messed up. Wave Man, Crash Man, and Napalm Man have a somewhat bloated look to them. There are also a few other design choices that I really don't approve of, but I think you get the point. I'm not saying they're bad or will hurt your eyes or anything like that, just that it seems some of it could use some more work, or maybe they just couldn't achieve what they really meant to do. Now is when I have to address the real issue in Mega Man 5. It is stagnant. See, all the previous additions to the Mega Man series brought something new to the table. I'll address each case when I review the appropriate game. Mega Man 5, however, presented a game with nothing new to its game mechanics. You can say Beat was added, but since it's a secret weapon, I wouldn't count it. You might not call that a bad thing, since Capcom already established so much, but by this point you'd expect something more. There's a little tweaking here and there, but nothing spectacular. This wouldn't be so bad if the rest of the game didn't feel phoned in either, but sadly, it does. I'm not just talking about the odd Robot Masters or the weird graphics, but the level design seems also phoned in. Granted, I shouldn't complain too much since you get interesting elements, like the reversing gravity in Gravity Man's level and things like that, but the ones that don't go all out feel hollow. To use an appropriate simile, it feels like a sequel to a movie you like. You know they couldn't quite reproduce the feeling of the first one, but some of it is there, and it's still nice they tried, I guess. Despite the plot not having anything to do with the game, I feel obliged to talk about it, partially because it's there, and partially because I still need to fill in time. But it does present an interesting twist. This time, it isn't Dr. Wily that appears with 8 Robot Masters to cause general mayhem, it's Proto Man. Of course, this is quite uncharacteristic of him, especially considering how he's helped the Blue Bomber in the past. I'll now activate another spoiler alarm to tell you that it ends up not being Proto Man, and it is Dr. Wily behind it all along. The problem I have, though, isn't that it now returns us to the standard, it's that the same twist is used in Mega Man 4. What? Oh, it looks like I ruined 2 games for you now. Sorry. Like I said, it doesn't matter because it can be skipped just as easily. All of this just to repeat my point that Mega Man 5 is just doing things that its predecessors did. Mega Man 5 is still a very good game, because it's still a Mega Man game. It looks good, sounds good, plays good, and is about what is expected. The problem is just that though. When a game does what is expected, it means nothing about it stands out. Mega Man 5 feels phoned in, like it was following some kind of guide and didn't have as much thought or heart put into it. It also stagnated the series for 2 games, adding almost nothing new. I wouldn't tell you to stay away from this game, but definitely check out the other Mega Man games before it, and if you want to skip it, I won't hold it against you. I give Mega Man 5, originally for the Nintendo Entertainment System, 7 levels out of 10. I'm Leo Melanson, and now you know the score.